Have you noticed any of the coders in your club losing interest, complaining of boredom? This happens occasionally. We've found that most kids get in there and engage with the tools of creation, and they're fascinated. They're able to use parts of their brain that they may have forgotten even exist. They get in there and create things that they want to make. Sometimes you'll run into this boredom question, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. There's a couple reasons that I found boredom to come out. The first one is it's really more of a mindset question. I think you run into somebody who's really used to having directives, and maybe every step of the way is scripted out. Sometimes they're seeing that at school or even at home, and so what's happening is they find themselves without maybe that direction that they're used to, and it's, well, I don't know where to go. So I think part of the solution to that is to encourage them to adopt and embrace this mentality of, I could go off and learn whatever I want to learn. I can go at my own pace and solve problems. And of course, you have all the resources. Give them something challenging. Say, what about this JavaScript puzzle? Have you tried this piece of Khan Academy? Have you gone over here to learn the basics of websites? Another reason kids could lose interest is if they feel like they've already mastered things and they've stopped learning. And that's where it really is important as a facilitator to kind of help guide them into the next thing. So for example, Scratch is a very popular tool. It's block languages. It's very easy to get, but there's a depth to it, and kids will spend sometimes a long time in Scratch. But what you might see is somebody feeling stuck, getting to where, okay, I've got Scratch down, I need to move on to something else. And that they don't necessarily recognize that, but you as a facilitator can kind of guide them along. Have you ever thought about building a website? Is there a website you would want to build? Have you ever put anything on a phone? And you can show them some of these tools. So a lot of times it's just a question of vision. And with that vision out there, you'll never be bored because you can see what's possible. You see where you want to go. Use the other kids in the room to help paint that picture for them, and yourself and other projects that you can find. Your job as a facilitator is to really connect those resources. So you don't have to force them to be interested, but if you can paint that picture and show them where they can go, they'll find themselves never bored again with computer programming.